Dip your toe in the water. Alright, game number 1. LGD, RNG. We'll see if RNG stick to their namesake. Now, putting the pressure on them. I see how it is. Get this game underway. We've had a couple of pauses today.
Yeah. Maybe some problems at the LAN. Maybe. Who knows?
Sure. Gives us some time to talk about some stupid things, maybe.
Yep.
And some smart things.
Mostly stupid. Harvest your tribute. Rage King stairs, 5 heroes to kill.
Yep. This doesn't count. It doesn't count in lobby though, right?
It doesn't.
I don't know why.
Everything you do in lobby doesn't count. Tipping.
I think it should work in lobby if you have, because they do have the distinction between premium, pro, and amateur tickets. So it should count in the lobby of premium and pro ticket, I think.
Like all the...
So like anything that's tier 2 and above, it still counts.
You mean the cosmetics?
Yeah, the cosmetics, like counting up and harvesting the bones and everything.
Cool wave, hit however many targets.
30 seconds.
For the Arcana, just this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Focus fire damage.
Exactly.
Okay, sure. I would see that. See that. Could add some fun, some spice, numbers. Everybody likes big numbers. We potentially see 4 here, but this ward from the Radiant gives it all away. Dire has no chance of really getting anything done here, I think. What the Radiant wants to do. It's going to be a 4v4, and Void is trying to sneak the other side.
Ooh, stuns hitting onto this Wraith King. I'm going to say to follow it up. They might just get first blood on God King. They will. Faith Beyond gets first blood. They'll take out. I'm going to say they will go for this Warlock who's on the run. And Jinkyu will also be taken out. So 2 for 1 in favor of RNG.
It's not done yet. Why is also going to go down here? Boots the Titan. There's no way he can get away from this. And I'm very surprised that LGD took that fight.
Yeah.
They had wards on them the entire time. So everything.
They get the Wraith King, but a lot of early damage coming out.
But he's healing himself, actually. He's healing more than he's taking damage right now.
Yeah, but now fires that cookie. And... there's the kill. So that works out. And I will say, though, that, what, Fire Snap Cookie level 1? Not the best.
Probably not what you want. Still laning, but they actually kind of top for now. They want to try to kill them here. No. Like, they gotta make sure that this Grave King farms.
Maybe. He already died once. Fire Snap Cookie comes in, but the stun's out from Jinkyu up top. Just getting forced back by these 2 supports, letting God King CS where he can.
The biggest weakness of this Void Warlock lane, they're very survivable, but they cannot pressure the Timbersaw at all. So he can just be solo down here, no problem. Snapfire can go wherever he wants to. He actually does want to go bot.
Yeah, if Snapfire's going to stay here, I would say that means you need the Warlock. But if Snapfire goes off the lane, you could probably have the Void be by himself too, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean, though. Like, this Timbersaw usually doesn't pressure Void a whole lot. You can always time block off the damage. Can farm comfortably under the tower. Easy matchup. Mid lane is also an easy matchup for the Lina. Pretty Lina favorite even, I'd say. And top lane shouldn't be easy for the Wraith King either.
No, he's 5-2. Not really doing that much at the moment. Now they've got the double stun out on a super looking for the sleep, but he won't get it off. Doesn't get them to go into nap time early enough, and nothing to say. Filling up that bottle. Oh, T-Stone spots him. I'll say lands. It didn't look like it landed.
Is his bottle coming? Oh, he actually already has his bottle, but he's already out of resources. Gets the Salve and a Tango from the Warlock. And it should be that too good.
Yeah, Salve, Tango, and the Shadow Word.
Oh, Shadow Word as well?
Yeah.
Alright, full medic.
Actually being the full medic build. Felix, he's gonna stick around bottom, so this ends up being a dual lane up top, which I think, as we already saw, gives him the opportunity to kill off Super if he's not too careful.
It's one of the most potent dual lanes in Dota, probably. Charisma plus Light Rock. Has so much damage. He's going into a Lightning Storm as well, just to have even more nuke damage. Yeah, and as we said, it's not going to be easy for this Wraith King.
The stun time too just gets worse and worse. But we've been seeing Chaos Knights just go up 1 point into the Chaos Bolt and then pretty much look at everything else because you get the early armor reduction and the Chaos Strike goes good.
It does, like, all of the spells feel really good. That's always the problem with CK.
1 second stun. Followed up with a split earth. They're going in and the level 2 split earth. Lightning storm stun out. Reality Rift need one more shot. Look at the kill. Not in time once again. Faith Beyond though getting right click. Stun in time from Jinkyu. And that will save Faith Beyond. He's played this hero a couple times in the offlane.
How does it usually go? I'm not the biggest fan of CK offlane. Like, it's a pretty greedy hero. It can work in this game because they don't have the most damage in the mid late game, but it's still gonna be a tough game against the Timbersaw. And honestly, as I said, I wouldn't mind having this huge tiebreaker. So RNG winning would be very fun.
Yeah, but you could also have a massive tiebreaker at the top. You get a bigger tiebreaker if LGD wins.
Yeah, I'm just expecting Aster to win, so I don't think there's gonna be a massive tiebreaker.
I don't know. I'm still on that little good hype train where anything can happen.
Anything can happen, yes, but will it happen?
I was talking in the green room about it, that Elephant may even just want Aster, LGD, BT, and IMG to go to the major. Sun comes out, Great Fire Blast, Jinkyu on the run back, and I say that because all 4 of those teams could then secure their spot with CI, and then if you're going through regionals, Elephant don't have to face anything.
Try to be tough competition.
Oh, for sure. Gonna get the kill there onto Y. Flyby running him down with the help of Snapfire with Snap Cookie and the little shredder, so that Mindful Armor becoming a big problem. And of course, he goes into the trees and makes his life a little bit worse with the Whirling Death.
I'm surprised that Timbersaw is not maxing his time walk, because all you want to do in this lane is just sustain yourself, get levels, and then rotate with the Chronosphere. And to really do that, you need time walk maxed.
Super. Gets around the trees. I thought for a second he might have come out a little bit.
There's another stun, but chooses not to use it. And I have to say, bites the dust once more. Good fire stamp computation again.
D-Stone's doing a lot of early damage here with this Viper, but that's what you're expecting from a Viper.
I'm actually surprised that the lane is going so poorly for the Lina. 6 network behind already.
I think it was just the early harassment kind of crept up on him. He was never really dealing with that, you know, he's forced to bottle charge so often. He didn't really have the regen, and D-Stones kind of took advantage of that control runes as well.
Yeah, he's also one of the more talented mid laners that we have in this season. He might not be the best like when it comes to game, late game decision making, but his laning is really good.
Yeah, you know, it's...
And he's getting the rune as well.
It's always interesting seeing mids come up. We've seen a lot of mids coming go. Some mids I hope come back. ASD, Ego, 2 guys I hope come back. D-Stone was a big name, and then he went to Aster, and he's kind of going from team to team, being with like his own team, 410 or something like that, was the name. With like SAG, bringing an art.
Invisibility!
I didn't even know D-Stones had like pro player aspirations. He's TPing top right now with an Invis rune. Viper Strike is online as well. They don't have a sentry ward on lane, so this Chaos Knight should be biting the dust.
We'll see how they go after this. They might even just go after Jinkyu. The question is, who do they want to focus on? They should focus on Faith, but they put their attention on a Jinkyu. Stu comes out, lands on a 2. They might even be able to get a second. Take what they get, as they've been swept up by the Lightning Storm, and they'll back out.
I'm surprised they didn't go on the CK. I think it's a much more value kill.
Yeah.
But they had the choice to go on either. Chose the Lash.
D-Stones was known as a pub star at first, right? Like a very big pub star for his Invoker.
Yeah, spamming Invoker every game pretty much. And he was also known for destroying Burning's caster stack.
The big gun stack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one with the team that you mentioned. I don't quite remember.
410?
Yeah. There were a couple of just pop stuff on the team.
That was a later iteration of Big God then, because Big God was the team that made it to DAT, and they had a pretty decent stack.
Yeah, that was way later than that.
Yeah, so I wonder if that was the Big God stack that had Axe.
Potentially.
She played for New Boss a little bit, which is a similar player stack of, that had like Ferrari on it.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So this iteration
so Newbie Boss, it was similar to the Big God stack.
And also, blessed by Taven, as a mid laner, you're super happy once you find this Ocean Heart. You get so much regen out of it. And health 5 mana per second. It's pretty insane. It's like, what, 3 perseverances? 2.5.
Double damage.
Maybe just 2.
Max was another player that I thought could really do a lot. She had her chance with Blaze, and then they upset LGD in the open qualifiers.
I don't really think she ever really wanted to be like this pro player, no? Because it comes with a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that was one of the things that I remember hearing when she had her first chance, and then what held her back from going pro. Yeah, she would prefer her Boker too.
And then she had to play offense instead.
Yeah, she did, and I would have rather see her mid. Bye-bye, just trying to deter them from getting this tier 1, and it's not really working out well.
Well, he tried.
4 seconds stun, but
and they have no damage.
He's not doing any damage.
But he's healing.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Keep hitting me. I'll heal more. Appreciate it.
To say trouble
He's
again?
in trouble, yeah, once more. And they're just gonna run him down. He is not having a fun game at the moment. 3-0-2 though for D-Stones. He's having a good time. Both rotations towards mid have been pretty crisp.
And he's going for the right-click Viper build, which I like quite a bit. He's going Dragonlance, probably into the Maelstrom after that, into BKB. The other build that we usually see is the ATOS to the more caster-oriented build.
Right.
Which both have their merits, but personally I feel like the right-click Viper is a little bit more stable.
Would he go shard if he's going right Viper?
Most of the time you don't really want that. I mean, it's
like a
really
exceedingly good shard, right?
Yeah, I like the shard. I love the shard. It's just 1400 gold is not little for a hero like Viper.
Yeah.
Rune spawns. Bottom again. Okay, D-Stones is actually having the gape.
Yeah, a perfect game, except for the double damage, which really didn't lead to anything.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Flyby
attack.
rotating to mid lane. Start to pressure the tower.
I don't know how they kill Flyby, so they should be able to just put their pressure on the tower and maybe even get it, especially with the siege creep joining them mid.
He has a hood as well now on Timbersaw. However, Golem is now online as well.
Radiant's
as well as
middle
the Pulse
tower
Nova,
is
and
under
they're trying to
attack.
smoke to the Wraith King,
Radiant
which they see.
structures are
Turning
fortified.
to the ward. He has Reincarnation though.
Getting out of his hands is not the worst thing in the world as long as you don't lose anybody. They do a lot of quick damage. They're gonna bring the fight over. They use the Phantasm Rumors because he's coming in. Maybe they can get 2 kills here on this raiding Chrono. Comes down, he lands on the Viper. They get the kill on the God King. They end up losing 2 to the sweep. It's on the Faceless Void. I walk away, TP attack, and he's
Radiant's middle
gone.
tower is under
He had to
attack.
save his
well
cookie for
done.
that one. Well done by him. Slight misplay here by the RNG side.
Radiant's
They lose
middle
Wraith
tower
King.
has fallen.
1 kill. It looked like it was turning. The Kisses were in a decent spot, but that is just Faceless Void making a good play. Ame coming in and getting the Chrono. Just hit the Viper too. I think that I want to saved maybe another kill for RNG.
Saved himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Viper's also Chrono. The Viper strikes him. Maybe he doesn't even get the Wraith King.
No.
But we lost Dota for, you know, these on the edge plays. What if the Snapfire waits like half a second longer with the cookie, stuns him for his TP? But no, it's just Dota. Small mistakes add up.
Radiant's top tower
And now they're
is
going
under
bottom of the
attack.
Wraith King again with another smoke.
And you know he doesn't have reincarnation. You know you can control him. The stuns are coming through. They have reality rep. There's no way to get away from this. Like, this is just back-to-back kills that really shut him down, but it makes it tough. Meanwhile, D-Stone's getting another ton of nothing to say.
Mirrored movement.
Yeah, the mirror movement's really
Radiant's
good from
top tower
RNG.
is under attack.
Nothing to say.
Dyer's bottom
Honestly, his
tower
farm's
is
not
under attack.
awful,
It's not
considering
awful.
he's died 4 times, but it's not where you want it.
They dropped the rock on the Timbersaw.
Wow,
It's not that, so
Fly-by. Just looking it all up.
very optimistic.
Radiant's
I
top
know him.
tower is under attack.
Obviously, there's no workout at all. And now they use the rock for that. 3 minutes cooldown on that.
Which is certainly saving grace for them. If these fights get a little bit dangerous.
The Wraith King needs to be much more careful. Like, he shouldn't even be showing himself on these, like, dangerous lanes. Same thing there, you know, nothing to say. The entire team was not helping Wraith King. Where could they possibly be? And he gets caught out.
Right.
Couple of pretty smart misplays so far from both sides, really.
Well, I always think about
Dyer's
where
middle tower is under
potentially
attack.
pressure could be a
Radiant's
thing here.
bottom tower is
LGD,
under
you know, this
attack.
is big moment for them, and the same for RNG. Like, if RNG win, they can
structures are
avoid
fortified.
relegation.
Radiant's bottom
Just that
tower is
pressure
under attack. Dire's middle
turning
tower
to
is under attack.
a little bit of
Dire's
just shaky play.
structures are fortified.
Could always be the reason. Or maybe they're just not warmed up properly yet. And game 2 will just be the daughter of their life.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And it's also on land, which is much different than every other region. Like, I'd love to
Dire's
see
top tower is under attack.
if all the other regions were on land for their regionals.
Yeah, China TI qualifiers mostly were online, while others were online.
That's my question, I guess, overall. Like, will we see next year regionals be on land for everybody? It would make sense, right?
China has done it since forever, so it makes sense that they're doing it. I don't know if other people, other organizations want to do it as well. I would love to see it, because it changes the game dramatically.
Are fortified.
Typically,
Radiant's
playing on
bottom
land
tower is under
a whole
attack.
different beast. Like everybody says, no, we want an online tournament.
Dire's
Yeah, but it's an
top
online
tower is
tournament.
under attack.
Same with these
Bottom tower
qualifiers.
has fallen.
If they were offline, you'd be like, hell yeah. There's some adrenaline going and stuff, you know?
With like a small crowd or something. You have it in like a small studio.
I would dig that. I doubt it will happen, but I would love it if it did. He's actually going Witchblade on the Viper. Okay, have not seen that, I think.
Visibility.
Like at all. Viper wants to set up a kill onto the Wraith King. Snapfire rotating in as well.
Money to burn.
They might just riding us up here.
Yeah, even here, he's not saying Mortimer's Kiss is Phantasm, gets committed Earth Splitter in. So they commit 3 ults to get that kill. Not a big cooldown on Viper anyway. Earth Splitter, though, that's a pretty long one, and Mortimer's Kiss is as well. So see if RNG stay a little bit more relaxed in the coming minutes.
Yeah, at least this does give Void a little bit of space to farm. But same to Wraith King, he is very close to his relic now. He opted to not go for the Midas. Would have delayed his Radiance by far too long. And last game we have seen a struggling Wraith King have Midas, Radiance at the 19. Now he will have like only Radiance at the 19. We're kind of farmed on the Wraith King.
Ooh, they used the Chaotic Offering, and they've got the Fit of Bombs onto 3 of these heroes. Getting stunned. They've also got the suit to follow it up. Looks like on the D-Stone as well.
Low damage on Lina.
Gonna stay low and surviving.
One more right click from the Viper would have done it. It was a super long stun from the CK on the Viper. I think it was a good 4 seconds.
Getting that what? Chaos.
Hate CK. Sometimes he crits 10 times in a row. Other times, not at all.
The concept of the heroes, I love.
Yeah, I realized that you do like RNG. RNG is my worst enemy.
It was my worst enemy yesterday.
Radiant.
No, you can't blame RNG if you say you like it.
That's true.
You have to love
I
it
guess
all
I
the
have
way
to love it
through.
all the time. 10-7 right now, even game pretty much overall. Top of the net worth is fought by. You've got Ame, who's really quite farmed, especially compared to this Wraith King. RNG, though, they're going to try and sneak Roche.
They have Croak to work with, so if they sniff it out, there's potential for the Void to see this, but I don't think they're even aware of it. They have like 0 wards in the area, and also they don't have ultimates out in the stream. They really need the wall of rock to be able to fight.
Ame just
Roshan has
comes
fallen
down a little
to the
bit. He could have been able to steal that.
It's still very risky though. Like, you potentially waste a chrono for nothing.
Die.
Yeah. But this entire state of the game now gave Wraith King the ability to farm his Radiance up. He will have it on 20 gold, and that is his flash farming item. It's also pretty annoying for Void and Lina to play into, because they don't have BKBs yet. Lina actually itemizing into a BKB straight away. I liked it quite a bit.
Ooh, Viper is going Shard.
He's going straight Shard, okay.
Witchblade, Dragonlance with Shard.
The poison damage on buildings is pretty good. Also the mining alarm on buildings, of course. And heroes too.
Yeah.
Radiant's top
And
tower
stacks
is
go
under
up
attack.
to 8 total, I believe. Yeah.
So what, -8 armor?
Radiant's top
I
tower.
mean, you also gotta
has fallen.
realize that every time you get another stack, or Chronosphere onto the
Used, and
Titan.
it's just under the Elder Titan.
Not the biggest kill, just wanna make sure he uses it.
Radiant's
Can
top
tell his
tower
team.
is under attack.
It's
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I gotta farm.
Structures are fortified.
Let's do the
Dire's
math here
bottom
real quick.
tower is under attack.
8 times 9% magic resistance reduction is how much?
72.
Indeed.
Is it?
It's not additive.
Yeah, so it'd be more multiplicative.
It's probably around like minus 20% after the original 25 or so. I don't know the exact math, but it's still not that much. Especially if you pair it up with an Elder Titan, it removes basic resistance anyways. So, Snapfire ult on top of that. Radiant burn. It's gonna hurt a lot.
Gotta go offering time walk forward, bash, and the stun.
D-Stone is out of position completely. What's he doing?
Like, the Aegis out of his hand to bring flyby over. LSA top of him with the Recruitable coming in. D-Stone's in some damage. That was a loaded sword that was a little bit too late. They're doing a lot of damage here on a flyby with the Mortimer's coming in to get the kill on the Xingqiu. End up getting the distract, but he's just a support. Fire Cookie comes through into Ame. He needs to top and walk away. Will do. Avoids the scatter blast coming through from Felix Chauba. And that allows him to loot them for now.
That was a massive misplay by D-Stone. He lost 8 and the second life pretty much for free because he was completely isolated from his team. Tried to kill the Lashback. Around on him. And he actually did go into the shot straight away.
Yeah, the Lash is doing a lot of damage from the 4 right now.
He always is, and he's also itemizing into really tanky Lash. He already has a mech, he's going straight into BKB. And he's really rich as well on the Lash. Has the Frost done as well.
Like, he's going BKB Kai Assange. He's kind of transitioning into a core here.
Yeah, it's usually what you need and want to do from a bot Lash, because all you can really do is push out lanes and deal team fight damage.
Ooh. As I say that, he switches. This shard BKB. Middle lane. Fire Snap will do with the time walk. Getting into the Radiant. They have Chrono in 18 seconds if they can keep them close. Got that reality rift. God King standing in, and now he gets with the LSA. The right click damage might even take out his reincarnation with the Recruitably. They do. BKB's been popped by Fabian going after Flyby, who doesn't have a lot of mana to work with. Ame, Chrono, and 4. They might just set up for this RNG. They're unaware of the timings of this Chrono. Right clicks coming out from nothing to say. Time off in. Chrono on a 3. Ame Lindsay. One Viper hitting from outside the corner. He only gets the kill on the super for right now. He goes after Felix. They've got themselves the Fatal Bombs on the 3. The 2. They look over now. D-Stone, who's kind of caught out of position. They'll get the kill on the Viper. And Felix with the Fatal Bombs. He'll end up dead. They got Ame though. King flyby, 2 heroes left in this fight. Super will join them as he did buy back, and here comes Felix, who TP's over the outpost as Mortimer's King is coming down, but the Sunland from Xingqiu is also with this. They get the kill on the God King. Faceon gets credit for that, and now they'll lose this Lashrak. Fire Blast is kind of available because they don't have this Wraith King. It was a Chaos Bolt that came through and got the stun of the Super that left to get the gun to the Elder Giant. They look over this Timbersaw. He was up in the air with the LSA. They look over, he's on the Lotus Sword. Reality Rift on the Sapphire, knowing that it would just get reflected off of this Timber. Fire Snap Cookie gets the stun, but the Fatal Bombs might be enough. Dragon Slaying, not enough damage just yet, but finally one right click in from nothing to say to get the kill on a Felix.
And it took to power up. There was a lot of buybacks committed from RNG. They did end up killing Void because he had 9 or 8 stacks on him because he took a lot of magic damage, but overall the fight was just, what, 2, 4, 7 or so? That was really one-sided again. This Chrono was massive. Like, as you said, RNG was not aware of the timing at all.
Otherwise they would have left.
Time is
Kind of
money.
standing around. 3-man Chrono. Super well done. He jumps in on the Viper. He didn't even have to die. I think he just didn't know the Viper had the shard. He's taking a lot of additional damage that he didn't expect.
The little Shredder just goes right through him to the shock on top.
Yeah, it was.
Stun out, and God King caught
Okay,
again.
he died. Okay. What was he doing down there once more? I feel like just in general, RNG this game, a lot of individual plays. The Viper with A just died twice. God King died like 2 or 3 times on the bot lane all by himself.
The positioning has not been good.
Yeah, definitely not. And PSG.LGD, of course, the favorite coming into the series, at least for me.
Dire's structures are
Oh,
falling.
yeah, I'm on favorite as well.
And
Dire's
they're
bottom tower
showing
is
here
under attack.
7k lead now, with, I would say, superior late game draft as well. This is Viper.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I'm not a big fan of the item build. I think this Witchblade into Shard sounds maybe fun on paper, but you're really not tanky, you're very squishy, you don't need a ton of damage regardless. Obviously, BKBs are online, you're kind of just a creep.
Feels really bad.
He's terrible. And his Lina's
just-
starting to hit really hard. He's going to MKB next.
And we can see the damage he's doing, not only the damage he's doing, but the distance he's able to do the damage from.
Yeah. He also has a growth ball, of course, that helps.
I mean, they weren't able to hit him. He was just hitting away the entire time.
Because they have no backline jump. And the more the Lina farms, the worse it's going to get, of course. CK is a perfect frontliner, and so is the Void. He has a ton of protection from the Golem as well. It was a really good Lina pick.
Used by PSG.LGD.
And an Arcane Rune.
That's great for nothing to say.
What's his attack range right now? 770.
770. Chaotic Offering comes in on 2. They've got the Reality Rip. It's a 3-second stun. The damage coming out for nothing to say. We'll get the kill, and God King walks forward for a second. That may not be the wisest choice. Nothing to say comes under the high ground. Fire Snap Cookie. That lands. BKB gets popped. And goes to God King. The damage! Whoa! He hit so hard when he's got that Chaos Strike going off, and they'll get the kill, and the God King once again. 46 seconds without buyback.
Yep, and his ledge is really close to his own BKB.
Dire's middle tower
Game
is
seems to
under
be all
attack.
but over because RNG just don't have the tools anymore to fight back. Like the way they itemized was pretty much into the early game.
Dire's middle
They didn't win
tower
early mid
has
game.
fallen.
Didn't win it. Now you have the Void that almost has his BKB. You have the CK that got away with the first item Midas. Now he has BKB and Shadowblade on top of that. BKB on the Lina, BKB on the Lash. How do you kill anyone?
Yeah, and that's the thing, because we talk about this CK a lot going for players as a hyper greed. And we haven't really seen it work out all too much. I think like the one other time with Chalice, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been shut down. But Faith gets away with it. And he had a okay lane. And I mean, I say okay, but I think it was even better than that. I think the biggest flaw was deciding to go on Jin Q instead of him when they had the opportunity to.
I mean, it was definitely one of the misplays they had, but RNG in total had like a ton of misplays this game. What's the positional mistakes?
Dire's
Yeah.
top tower
Where they just
is
don't
under
read them
attack.
well enough, and now Void is just there. Like, come at me, guys. 2.6k health, BKB.
I guess the question just becomes, would that have pulled Faithion off the Midas if he dies in that situation up top? That's all, you know,
Potentially.
hypotheticals.
Yeah. What needed to happen is really that RNG puts on the pressure early, and a lot of it didn't manage to do so. Wraith King got shut down hard, and now kind of defeated is a punching bag for them. He can actually itemize into a Blade Mail on Wraith King. He went Radiance Armlet into Blade Mail.
Wow.
Now that's desperation right there. Which also makes no sense because they have 4 BKBs.
So it's not going to do anything.
But he's already committed. I don't know if he's aware that they have 4 BKBs. Because they're actually not going to do anything. Might as well just like take 2,000 gold, put it in the fireplace.
Like, there's nothing you can audible that gold. He's already bought the recipe too.
Yeah, he is super all in on that item. And then Lina now picks up MKB. So her damage is going to be through the roof.
Mine.
We might just see a very abrupt team fight into GG here.
God King almost getting caught. Working with Faith Beyond and his Shadow Blade, so he won't exactly be spotted immediately.
Void is trying to set up bottom. Could get a 2-man crone here, that would be massive.
Just the Elder Titan flyby over to the side. Oh, they're collapsing on him. They'll spot him. Little Snowball looking for the stun, doesn't land. Flyby able to Timber Chain cross. Interesting way that goes about it. Super ends up dying to Ame. You saw how it kind of like Timber Chains just kind of goes over the rock parts, avoids all the trees, and then he goes.
Yep, sometimes. Every time. Dota is a mystery. They had to commit the rock on the Elder Titan at least, so...
Free Fire Blast. Fire Snap Rocky, nothing to say.
Oh, he
He's
didn't
gonna
BKB.
get low and dead. They get the kill here onto the Lina. Maybe they can turn this around, but the damage for Beyond onto God King is just massive. Is this gonna line up the second stun? Ooh, and God King, he gets stunned. They still get the kill on the Jinx. If they had more numbers up here, they probably could have taken this fight.
Sorry, I didn't see it right away. Why did you get stunned out of it or something? Or why did you BKB on Lina? Drake King stun is really easy to BKB off.
I didn't quite catch
And that's a
that
Roshan
anyway.
right now.
Invisibility.
They have Chrono, but he's far away.
I don't know if he's gonna get there in time. Oh,
They're scared, but they're also not scared.
They lost it. They knew exactly where he was going to be, but they need to go get the kill. Instead, they'll get the kill on a Felix, and now that was over the bench coming on a flyby. It's a 1v the world right now for Ame with the help of Faith Beyond. Really good in the fight. The the 3, and now Faith Beyond, he's hitting on the edge on a flyby. This is a really tricky target. They look over, Ame slap the damage. Oh, he just got obliterated.
It was a nice Chrono, but we have no Lina to deal damage in it. Gorky actually in trouble again. It's just really very sloppy play right now from LGD. That the Lina didn't BKB the Wraith King stun, set it all off, then it started to fight Roshan without the Lina, and it just keeps snowballing. Now gold, okay. And I guess when I said I think the game is all but over, I forgot that it's LGD we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they have been known to have a little bit of problems sticking to the lead. Many times.
The
in
lead
fact.
sticks to them like
Not something smart.
forget it. I blew it. Here, look at the replay. Just look at the replay. Don't even mind me.
I would have
That was a good crawl, but like, Faith Beyond, he's spending all this time just hitting flyby.
Yeah, but I mean, because he can't go on Chrono, of course.
I guess. Could
They
he
need
have
to
gone
leave.
for the Elder? Could he have gone for the Elder Titan?
Potentially, but really, what they needed is the Lina there. If the Lina is there with all her damage, the fight is completely different, of course.
Right.
But they only went for the Roshan because they picked up the Lina. Man. I still give him a massive lead.
His damage surprises me every time. I'm not ready. And then nothing to say over the signing him with these movers, kisses, time walk in, time walk out. And now trying to get everybody to get that kill here on the Wraith King. Such that it's just showing a field, so end up taking out the Snapfire and they focus their attention on the details. The right one's coming in and doing a lot of damage on the super. He needs to be careful because he's quite low. God King dead again. And now D-Stones dies. That leaves super on a sliver of health. They'll go after a flyby. They'll focus their attention on a Felix instead. He's for Tibash, of course. Every time. Every time. It's 100% of the time. Flyby now on the line. Of course it was a for Tibash. Not that it matters. He still is able to escape.
Yep, and end of the game. Back to 12-kid lead. They had a good team fight all together. There was even without Chronosphere. And yeah, RNG's draft is just not meant to be behind at this point in the game. You can see Wraith King, as I said, just a punching bag. They killed him 3 times and well, half that was him respawning.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It's interesting that LGD can have fights like this.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yes,
attack.
and then dominate the next one. Without their ones.
Which is kind of why, I mean, at least for me, I thought they would be doing a little bit better at the major. Right. It's just the inconsistencies of this team in a single game. In, blown up immediately.
Second stun. He's dead for the first step. Chronosphere. And the second one, and it looks like this is also going to line up the stun coming in for the track. Get the kill. God King get it again. And well, they'll take out Flyby. They're going to buyback available on the Wraith King. They could clean up the bottom set of racks if they take that tier 2 first. Unfortunately, as they started to walk to it, I think maybe they realized that it was still up.
Panic. Finished on Lina.
I think the City's early game was not atrocious. I just he kept dying.
He farmed well, at least.
Yeah, he really brought himself back into the game.
I mean, you're not supposed to die that many times against the Viper lane. It's been rotated on quite a bit. But it doesn't matter. Still Lina, you're gonna outfarm the Viper, no problem.
Yeah, they committed both supports every single time they kill Lina.
Yeah.
which ultimately also led to a couple of God King deaths.
Yeah, this
So I don't know if
Wraith
that
King,
was really worth it.
he's had no game, pretty much. Beginning to finish. He died at the rune fight, I believe, first. And then he just kept dying in lane. Then he tried to go to the other lane. And then they smoked on him twice. They just kept killing him over and over and over again. And RNG could not at all secure him.
Right.
And now he's stuck with this blade mail
Odd build,
armlet.
yeah.
Yeah.
This, am I still the carrier and off-lane Wraith King at this point?
Like, you would usually see like armlet into Radiance. But then Radiance going back into an armlet and then into a blade mail. Something I don't think I've ever seen.
Now in a BKB. And the blade mail coming at the same time is like 4 BKBs. It just freaking worth it. Time walk in, retry blast, use God King, no stun up on the edge of the Leshrac stun. And like a couple from the Lily Sword, but he ends up dead for the first time too. Chain across. In from the backline, but they've got themselves a chaotic offering that might turn up through these heroes. They get the go to God King. BKB popped here by Ame. Also taken out Flyby. Some attention onto this Void. They'll stun him off, but the LSA lands on the 2 Timber chain in right into the Leshrac stun. He hit that 5-second number on it. He landed the stun as he Timber chained in. They'll call GG's. These heroes get wrapped up. And LGD will take a very convincing game number 1.
And finally, the last charge out after this game.